In 1923, history delivered a chilling lesson. A single loaf of bread cost 200 billion marks. This was not an economic accident. This was a systematic collapse used as a political weapon. And today, that history is repeating itself. We are not here to study old history. We are here to recognize the map being used right now to navigate the future. This is the story of how a nation's central bank was used to defy the world, and in the process, systematically annihilated its own middle class. The setup began after World War I, with the crushing debt from the Treaty of Versailles. But the Reichsbank's actions were the real catastrophe. They chose to finance the debt not through taxation or austerity, but through the printing press, an act of political defiance. The central bank printed money to buy gold and prop up the failing mark, creating a massive hidden inflation that exploded when trust was finally lost. The mechanism of money creation changed, but the consequence was the same: prices doubling in days. This was the Reichsbank collapse of 1923. This was the great betrayal. Those who saved in traditional ways, bank accounts, bonds, fixed pensions, were utterly wiped out. A lifetime of work evaporated in months. Meanwhile, those who held debt, like landowners and industrialists, were effectively rewarded. Former doctors and teachers were forced into menial labor or starvation. The pain of 1923 should be an immediate, blazing red warning sign for every saver in 2025. Now look at the modern balance sheet. The global debt clock is running out of control. We transitioned from the Reichsbank's printing press to the Federal Reserve's electronic quantitative easing, QE, and the Fed gamble. Compare the Reichsbank's balance sheet expansion to the global central bank expansion since 2008. The policy is identical. Inflation is not a phenomenon. It is a policy, a stealth tax that systematically transfers wealth from savers to the state. The myth is that the bank holds my wealth, but the system is inherently unstable. Look back to the free banking era collapse, where system-wide instability was rampant. Today, commercial banks are exposed through real estate and long-term bonds. When the central authority falters, the fractional reserve system cracks. The system is designed to protect the system, not the saver. The geopolitical chess match is real. De-dollarization is no longer a theory. The BRICS alliance is expanding, focused on creating a new, potentially commodity-backed or gold-backed currency. The petrodollar's foundation is dissolving as global trade moves away from the USD. The system built 50 years ago is coming to an end. Introduce the central bank digital currency, CBDC. This is not just digital cash, it is programmable money. The danger is immense. Expiration dates on your savings, program restrictions on what you can buy, and control over where you can travel. The elimination of physical cash creates a financial surveillance state. CBDC is the mechanism for central power to enforce compliance through financial means. The first pillar is the historical anchor, gold and silver. These assets are the antithesis of fiat, scarce, tangible, and non-sovereign. They have always been the final anchor when governments fail, as seen historically with the Pittman Act of 1918. The second pillar is Bitcoin, the final solution to the central bank problem. Its properties are unique. Absolute scarcity, 21 million limit, decentralization, and non-sovereignty. It cannot be inflated or censored. The vital necessity is self-custody, owning your T's. If you don't hold it, you don't own it. The final lesson from Weimar. If you are in a sinking currency, you must get out. This involves diversifying into strong, neutral currencies, Swiss franc, Singapore dollar, or moving assets outside of jurisdictions facing massive fiscal collapse. The people of 1923 did not have the internet or the warnings we have today. Ignorance is no longer an excuse. The system is telling you what it intends to do. Don't be the middle class of 1923. Prepare now. Protect your wealth. Act now.